Yo, what's good guys? This is Nightwing2303 from WearTesters.com. In my last video of unboxing a ton of dope I asked you guys if y'all had any questions or concerns or anything like that about myself, WearTesters, and the brand new Eastbay partnership, which isn't brand new. It started in July, so a lot of the questions that were in the comments are kind of already answered because we've been rolling out content, but I'm going to address them anyways just because you guys asked. I want to make sure that everybody's comfortable with everything, not as if it'll change anything, but just to kind of give you guys more peace of mind about the whole thing. So first off, I was able to go to Eastbay headquarters, and that's in Wausau, Wisconsin, literally in the middle of nowhere. I had a really good time. You know, the people there are really great. I had a great tour of their facility, both their corporate area as well as the distribution center, which is their warehouse where everything is at. That place was crazy. You literally walk in the door and it smelled like sneakers, like the biggest whiff of sneaker scent that you could think of. If you've ever walked into the back stock room of a retail store, that's what it was like, dude. It was amazing. I got to tour the entire distribution center facility. It's a gigantic warehouse, dude. It's crazy. It literally never sleeps. It runs 24/7. There are thousands of products coming in and thousands of products going out on a daily basis, which to me blew my mind. I thought for sure maybe there's like a slow day here or there, but no, there is something going out sometime to somewhere all the time. It was literally like a mind-blowing experience. I couldn't believe it. If you ever worked retail, which I have, there are days where you're just like, dude, like nobody's coming in to buy something. Can somebody please come in here and buy something? I guess since it's an online area, plus it's the distribution center for all of the Foot Locker branded retailers, meaning the online side, so not the in-store side, but just the online side. So, you know, Foot Action, Foot Locker, Champs, and Eastbay, those are all of those orders come from there. So literally nothing ever stops. Once you purchase something, within 24 hours, that purchase is sent out, which I think is crazy. They no longer send their products in bags, by the way. I used to get really frustrated at that. That's something that they've actually addressed. I got to see the entire assembly line, I guess you can call it, where this giant machine rolls through and sucks in unboxed boxes and then, you know, builds them up, tapes them together, all that stuff, and then actual physical workers go and put the products that you purchased in the actual box. The entire process was so cool. There's so much information that I could just sit here and talk to you guys about, but there's so much that would be a really long video and I'd never get to your guys' questions. So with that, HQ was awesome. I met some really great people. I am very proud to be partnered with this company. It's a company that I've literally, this is where I learned everything from, you know what I mean? I used to sit in class and instead of doing my work, I would be, you know, focused on sneakers and basketball and stuff like that. So it was that's where I learned everything. It's really weird, kind of a full circle moment. I'm not going to say it was a dream come true because literally this is not something I ever dreamed would happen. So yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud to be linked up with a brand like this or a retailer like this because they're very much grassroots, just like me. We built our businesses up from nothing, literally nothing, and it's just crazy. By the way, check this out. Eastbay's very first magazine was actually a flyer. This was back in 1984. There are so few products on there compared to literally a magazine today full, or a catalog full of just, you know, sports equipment and stuff like that. And they mostly focus on running products. However, you fast forward to 1988, the Michael Jordan era, Air Jordan 3. I mean, dude, it was awesome, man. It was so awesome seeing all the catalogs, the history, everything. It was just, I'm telling you, man, I could literally talk to you guys forever about this, but I'm not. We're gonna keep it moving. Here's your guys' questions and my answers.
While we're eating.
Pow Pow asks, Nightwing, I want to buy on Eastbay, but they don't ship to the Middle East. Can you help me out here? I cannot, unfortunately. I might be partnered with them, but I don't work with them like that. I don't, as far as I know, they ship internationally. I don't know if that excludes countries, but Eastbay is one of the very few online retailers that actually will ship nearly anywhere. Also, strange thing, I'm not trying to plug them or anything, but it's literally a fact. It's free shipping on almost every product there unless you live in I think it's like Alaska and Hawaii for like US residents. So whenever you buy something, you're not really paying for shipping. Unless you want to, you want like 2-day, 3-day, whatever it might be. But if you want ground shipping, it's free. Palladio Blaze asks, how did the Eastbay partnership come about? They approached me a while back. I can't remember when it was, but it was quite a while ago. And they asked if I wanted to do a few sponsored videos for them. I think it was like 4 or something like that. And I said, sure. I make sure that anybody I make a video for is well aware that I say whatever it is that I want to say about the product, because I'm a product reviewer. I'm not a brand pusher. They agreed, and we did that. They liked the content. They liked my knowledge on the products and all that stuff. And yeah, they asked me afterwards if we wanted to do something a little bit more long-term, an exclusive partnership, which is what this is. So you will not see me plug any other retailer. This will be both for my channel as well as WearTesters. And yeah, once we came to an agreement, everything was cool. We signed the contracts, and you know, here we are now. It's just I don't know what to say, man. It's just crazy. It's bonkers. What happened to the Finish Line partnership? There was really no partnership. We were just working together. So they would bring in what you would call like an influencer. I don't like that word. I don't know how to explain it. I just think that's like a really awkward like term to put on somebody. I'm just a person, you know what I mean? Like I'm not an influencer. But they would partner with quote-unquote influencers, myself, friends of mine like Foamer and stuff like that, and we did like campaigns together. We did reviews for them, all that kind of stuff. It was awesome while it was there. However, they are inconsistent. They're putting their budget in different places and things like that, so nothing was ever like solid, you know what I mean? And yeah, and so that, I wouldn't say that partnership just dissolved, because I'm still friends with the people over there. I think that they're great people, but this opportunity came about and I wasn't about to let this pass up. So, you know, this is the route that I chose. Again, I'm happy with the decision. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud to be partnered with Eastbay, and you know, that's pretty much it. What happened to the nerd? Look, I got a lot of nerd stuff. I need to show it. I've been slacking on the nerd videos, mostly because views haven't been like quite what I want, but I do understand that this is predominantly a sneaker related channel, so I understand. It's just hard for me to want to create content when I feel like it's not getting views, and so I tend to just kind of stick with what I know when stuff like that happens, which is sneakers. I do have a ton of stuff that I want to show you guys though, so if you want more nerds, like the video, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys need to engage with me, because that's how I gauge, you know, response and things like that for what I want to put out next. If you guys are slacking on the post that I put out, I'm probably not going to upload that again. So that's how this whole thing works. You are gauging off me, I'm gauging off of you, all that stuff. It's kind of a partnership between content creator and viewer. So you guys let me know what you want, and I'll be able to create that content, but you have to actually watch it. You have to support it. You have to like it. You have to engage, leave comments, stuff like that. So you gotta be a little more active. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be willing to put out the content, because it literally takes me like hours upon hours to record and edit and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so Tommy Ambrosone, I think I forgot the name of the last person, I'm sorry, but he's asking, so does Eastbay basically give you the shoes to review instead of you having to buy them for yourself? Also, is this the same type of partnership or partnering as Kick Genius has? I have no idea what Kick Genius's deal was, so that I can't answer with. I can only tell you about mine. Any of the shoes that you see, most of them are going to be supplied by Eastbay, so they're given to me. It's for work purposes. I'm supposed to review them, wear test them, review them, all that kind of stuff. So whatever the deal is for that particular product, that usually was given to me. Not everything though. Some of the stuff I still buy myself, because Eastbay is not giving me everything, you know what I'm saying? So if I want a specific shoe and that's not on the list of shoes that we're going to be reviewing, then I got to go pick that up myself. And as long as Eastbay sells it, you'll see me like kind of plug them, be like, yo, you can grab these at Eastbay and all that kind of good stuff. But not everything, but most of everything will be supplied by Eastbay, and I'm totally cool with that. If I need to buy some shoes here or there, it's literally like I love going into the store and just, you know, trying things on, looking at them, touching them, buying them if I really like them, and that's just something that I've always done. So I don't find that to be a problem. Getting free shoes is awesome, but there's nothing better than actually like going in and grabbing your own pair. Blarmac asks, does this mean more Eastbay throwback issue episodes? Those were dope. First off, thank you. Second off, that's actually how they found me, which was really random. I did that first Eastbay throwback catalog video, and that's how they found the channel, which is weird, but also really cool. And again, weird kind of full circle moment. I only have a handful of those catalogs left, and most of them are from that same year. So a lot of the products aren't kind of like different. There is like one or two that is from a different year, but again, that kind of goes back to the Nightwing nerd type thing where I saw a interest or a peak of interest with the first video, and then I posted the second video and it literally dropped in half, which tells me you guys aren't interested. So I'm not going to waste my time if I don't feel that it's getting the views that, you know, I want, especially if we're seeing a 50% drop off. So it's up to you guys. Share the video, like the video, comment on the video, all that stuff. You have to engage with me. Otherwise I am in the mind frame of y'all don't like this. And that's just how I read things. So if you want more of those videos, you got to let me know by actually engaging in the channel. Sage Martin asked, do they sponsor you? Yes. Like that was the whole thing. It's a partnership or an exclusive sponsorship with the company. So they are my official exclusive retail partner. I don't know how to say this guy's name, so I'm sorry, but he just asked, can you still say that things are garbage, or are you afraid of indirect censoring? You know, I'm not allowed to talk about anything but the positive points. No, that's like something that I will not do. You cannot give a product review on anything if you're not honest. It's just not what I do. You know what I'm saying? I can never do it. I've never have and I never will. Like I said, this partnership has been in effect since July 1st. We've rolled out plenty of videos since then. The most recent one was the new like React Superfly. That shoe was awesome, by the way, but React cushion is just not that great. You know what I'm saying? Like they hype that stuff up. Not they as in Eastbay, but the brand. Hype that stuff up to like astronomical levels, man. Like I was expecting something really, really dope, and we got some really basic stuff. I cannot use words like garbage, you know what I'm saying? I can't be like, yo, this is trash, but I can be honest, and that's the thing. Like, so I gotta keep it professional, but also keep things in a way that they're 100% truthful, based off of my experiences at least. That does not mean that just because I don't like something that you don't have to like it or that you won't like it. That's not what a review is all about. A review is all about user experience or consumer experience, which can be and most likely is a very personal thing with the person that you are getting the information from. So if your views or opinions or experiences are in line with that particular person's most of the time, then that's when you will kind of like trust them, just because you guys share, you know, common interests or common experiences, whatever it might be. And that's how the whole thing should work. So again, just because I think that something is garbage or whatever, it doesn't mean that it's going to be garbage for everybody. However, I will only state the truth. So if I do feel like something is not as good as it could be, or as it was stated to be, marketed to be, whatever it might be, that's a lot of B's, then I will tell you guys. Tech Testers asked, did you and Jaron have some sort of falling out? I miss Trash Talk. I miss it too. We did not. We just hooped together like a couple days ago. He's part of WearTesters staff. He has been since WearTesters was WearTesters, since before WearTesters when it was Kicks on Court. So no, Jaron and I have not had a falling out. We literally live in two different areas. You know what I mean? And we both have two different things going on. It's not easy to link up all the time, and you know, things happen. So I'm hoping to bring Trash Talk back. I just haven't, you know, fully gotten like what I want to do yet. I don't know if I want to do live or not, because I don't like the quality of the live, but at the same time it's fun to have live interactions as well as bring on viewers. Like that I think is really fun, which makes the live experience really cool. But I just haven't, you know, been like 100% like this is what I want to do, this is what Trash Talk is, so I have not gone through with anything yet. Solar Power 1 asks, are you still going to give unfiltered honest reviews of shoes that Eastbay sends you even if you dislike the shoe? I just answered that, so yes. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't not be honest. It's just not my nature. I am probably one of the more blunt people that you'll ever meet. Not that we're meeting for real, but if you were ever to meet me, the stuff that comes out of my mouth, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. It just, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it is what it is. And yeah, normally it's not a bad thing, but sometimes, especially if you're reviewing products, it can be considered a bad thing by the brands. Makes for weird relationships. Things get a little bit awkward. Some brands don't like you afterwards, and you know, it is what it is, man. Holy cow, this is a long one. I don't know how to say your name either, so I'm sorry, but I'm gonna read this. Been with you since the early days. Congrats on the partnership. Well deserved. Thank you very much. The questions that you have: will you still be able to receive pairs early and therefore be able to post reviews before their release? And there's a bunch of stuff in the middle of that's very specific. I'm not going to talk all about that. And then he also asks, will the partnership affect the review of a shoe, negative reviews, etc., etc.? Again, I've explained that first one, so I'm not going to go over it again. The short answer is no. And now, as far as the receive shoes early thing, the way that retail works is is tricky. So retailers, it's going to be hard to like pick the proper words because it's, you know, I don't want to like bash a brand or anything like that, which this is not. It's just literally how it works. But retailers are kind of under the control of the brands because the brands control the marketing or viewership of that product. So with Jordan Brand, for an example, they're usually the ones that are kind of like the most strict as far as like when something can be shown on a retailer's behalf. So me being independent, if I get a shoe a month early, I could show it a month early. But now that I'm partnered with Eastbay, their rules are that they cannot show the next week's release any sooner than 1 week prior to its release. So for example, if something's coming out, you know, the 1st, which may be a Saturday, maybe it won't be, but say whatever shoe's coming out the 1st day of this month, you cannot show that shoe any sooner than 1 week before the 1st. So the Saturday before that Saturday. And that's just how it works. It's unfortunate. So if I have a product that's releasing in 2 weeks, 2 weeks early, which has happened, Superfly, for example, that was one of them. I had that shoe for almost a month and a half, I think, and I could not show it until 1 week before that shoe's release. Even though the brand had already unveiled it officially on their own behalf, that's just the rules of retail. That's the contracted rules between Eastbay and Jordan Brand. And not just Eastbay, but all these retailers, it's the same exact thing. Whether you're talking about Shoe Palace, Finish Line, Foot Locker, all that stuff, they're not allowed to show the next week's release until it's like 1 week out. So in a nutshell, yes, that will be in effect, but hopefully I can still get stuff at least a week early. That way you can get a review before the actual release date, but sometimes it won't. It'll be after the release date, which is kind of a bummer. But the way that things are going right now with retail, I don't think that's gonna hurt anything because things are sitting, so the longer that you wait, the more money you save, which isn't a big deal. Richard Foster asks, are your partners involved with Eastbay or with the Eastbay collaboration? Looks like you're going to need some help with the reviews. If you're talking about like WearTesters staff, the answer is no. I'll get them what I can, but you know, this partnership was very specific and it was between the Nightwing channel because they wanted the Nightwing type of reviews or videos, and then the partnership with the WearTesters area that kind of goes, you know, hand in hand, but that does not include staff. It only included me, so I'm their main like person for WearTesters taking care of these things. Not every shoe is a performance shoe, luckily, so it's not going to be too bad, but I am going to definitely be busy making sure that everything is properly tested and things like that, so it'll be an ongoing constant flow. That's I think one of the better things about the partnership is that there's always going to be content, but not every shoe is going to be performance related, like I said, so you get plenty of like detailed look reviews and stuff like that. So those are the ones where I can like pump those out fairly quickly and keep things moving in a timely manner. Joe Buaron, I don't know. With the partnership with Eastbay, will you still sell the shoes you reviewed? If you guys don't know what he's talking about, a lot of times I'll clear out space out of the house because things pile up rather fast, and so a lot of the shoes that I had been purchasing and then testing and reviewing and things like that, I'll get rid of for pretty cheap. It'll be like well under retail and all that stuff. Some of them are even free, they're like a penny and stuff like that, and I'll do that on the WearTesters shop. Now with the Eastbay thing, because I'm not buying all of these shoes, or the majority of them, a lot of them I've just been giving away, and you guys have noticed that in some of the videos. So if I'm getting like 4 pairs of one shoe in like different colorways and stuff like that, I'll be like, yo, I don't really need these, so I'll give them all out and stuff like that, whether it be in person, like locally or online via the channel. I don't think I'll sell like the shoes like that, you know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like it's better to give back properly, and for me that's just like, I didn't pay for the shoe, so why am I going to charge you for it? And that's just kind of how I look at it. I don't know how to explain it. I guess it's like a pay it forward type of thing, and that's just how I do things, and it's how I've always done things, and you know, hopefully people appreciate it, I guess. Jay Breeze 99 asks, so with this partnership, is it like how Champs would send you stuff, but instead they'll send you items that you request, and in turn you review the product? Also, do you always have to be positive? Blah blah blah. We've already answered that like a million times already. So every review is an honest review. It's always from me. It's what I think of the product. We do not get to request stuff. We do have like a small meeting, and there's what they want to do as far as like what they need to push out and things like that. I don't know how to explain this, like brand awareness or product awareness. So a lot of these brands, like if you'll see like some of the New Balance stuff, and there's going to be some Asics, Jordan Brand, all that stuff. There's certain releases every month from every one of these brands where the brand really kind of wants to focus on that one item, and that's where like my fill or whatever of shoes will get, you know, taken up by shoes that I may or may not want. I didn't request them, but these are like, that's how like things work logistically, and then that'll in turn make me be like, yo, I want the black and red 13, so I'm going to go buy those for myself. But that's still going to be an Eastbay partnered video because they are my exclusive retail partner. So I might have paid for that shoe, but I'm still going to push Eastbay, and that's just how the whole thing is going to work. So there's a list of stuff. Some of it, like, they'll go through with me and they'll be like, is this cool with you? And I'll be like, yeah, that's awesome, and stuff like that. So that's just how everything works. I think it's pretty efficient. I also like that it gives me like an opportunity to do things that I normally wouldn't do, like the New Balances and stuff like that. I don't know how to say your name, bro, but will you still be reviewing lesser famous brands like Anta and Peak? Yes, that's one of the things that I was almost like hesitant about the partnership, just because I was like, man, that's kind of like a big thing, is that I've always done brands that you might not have done, especially for basketball. Like if New Balance puts out a New Balance shoe, I'm probably not going to buy it. But if they go and put out a basketball shoe, I'm immediately interested, and I'm just like, yo, I want to like try this out. You know what I'm saying? So that's where like the Chinese-based brands, I thought that I wasn't going to be able to review those anymore, but we are going to be able to review those still, which I think is awesome. So you won't, you know, be missing any of that type of content. This is not about the partnership at all, but he asks, do I ever lift at all, or do I just play basketball? I wouldn't consider what I do as far as weights lifting, but I will do lightweight training. I don't like lifting a ton of weight because it messes up my shoulders for some reason, and that messes up my shooting form, and not my form, but my shot's horrible if I start like really lifting. So I prefer to be basketball first, and then, you know, weights as just a way to keep some strength up. So I'll do really low weight training, but not lifting, if that makes sense. I guess it's all one and the same, but to me it's a little bit different. I feel like lifting is like, yo, I'm lifting, bro, or do you even lift? And I don't do it like that, you know what I'm saying? So I just do like the basic stuff to keep things trim and tone, and again, just make sure that my strength is up. That way, if I'm shooting from like 5 feet beyond the arc, I can still get that ball over there. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to get buff or anything like that. Does Eastbay ship to the Philippines? I'm not sure, man. I know that they ship internationally. I don't know if that excludes anywhere. I'm pretty sure when I was there, they were shipping something to the Philippines and like packing it like right in front of me. So I'm pretty sure. But if you just go and look, like go to eastbay.com, and then, I don't know, like pretend to put something in your cart, or actually do put something in your cart and pretend to check out, then I'm pretty sure like it'll tell you like there'll be like a drop down menu of what not cities, but like countries and stuff like that it'll ship to, and hopefully yours is in there. Somebody asked what happened to my eye. Okay, if you don't know, the past few videos I've had a black eye. It's because I got popped in the face. Not like, it wasn't like a fight, it was an accident. We were playing basketball. I play in Sacramento. For those of you who don't know, I moved outside the Bay Area. It's a little bit more affordable. I work for myself now, so I made the decision to do that. I still go to the Bay Area every week, but I do live in the Sacramento area now, so that is where I play basketball. And in Sacramento, guys are a lot bigger and a lot stronger than they were in the Bay Area. So I am playing with gigantic guys, and I am very small, so I'm right about, you know, my eyes are right about elbow level with them. And I was underneath somebody going for a rebound, which why is the smallest guy going for a rebound? I don't know, dude. Nobody else was, so I was under there. And I got hit in the face with an elbow. It gave me a small black eye, and you know, shit happens, dude. Like, it's not a big deal. Trust me, I've gotten plenty of black eyes from playing basketball. Broke my nose, fingers, all that stuff. I dislocated my pinky not too long ago. That was interesting. That was the first one, or the first time I've ever done that. I had to put it back myself just because like I was still like in the middle of playing. So that was a weird one. But yeah, injuries happen when you play sports. It's not a big deal. So yeah, I got a little shiner, and you know, it's gone now, at least for the most part. Brian Kindred asks, with this partnership, will Eastbay have WearTesters clothing or gear available for purchase? Great question. I'm not quite sure yet. Just kidding. We are working on something. This is actually one of the designs. I'm not sure if we're gonna roll with this design or not. Right now I'm just kind of like wear testing the products. So I want to wear these. This is a performance shirt, but I want to wear it, wash it, see how it goes. If anything, like if any of the screen print stuff doesn't hold up in the wash, I'm not gonna go with that particular product. Got hoodies and wearing some shorts right now. So yeah, so right now I'm just kind of fine tuning things, I guess you could say, and making sure that I'm happy with the product before we do anything. And then once that happens, then I will work more on some designs and stuff like that, and then you will see some products roll around, which will be really cool. Simon Esquera asks, how will the testing work now? Who gets to review which pair? And will Eastbay send the WearTesters staff the same pairs? The way that we operate is exactly the same as what we were doing, but like I said, now everything is very exclusive to Eastbay as far as pushing a retailer. So like I said earlier, that includes me only as far as what's coming in terms of product, but you know, all of us from WearTesters, we've always bought our own stuff. Every once in a while we get seated stuff, things like that. Like I know that Brian has friends at all of these brands, so like he usually gets things and stuff like that. Stanley gets stuff, but me and Jaron primarily would pay for our own products, and that's kind of still the same thing. So everybody will be reviewing what we normally would be. We'd be testing the way that we normally do. The coolest part that Eastbay said was keep doing exactly what you've been doing. That's why we like you. And that's probably like the easiest way to explain the entire partnership is whatever we did to get here, they enjoyed it and they don't want to mess anything up by like putting on rules and stuff like that, which I really appreciate. So all the other questions are fairly similar to the ones that we've already asked. I thank you guys so much for watching. I thank you guys so much for the support. Without you guys, this kind of stuff wouldn't be possible. Hopefully I answered everybody's questions or concerns. So yeah, thank you guys again, and until next time guys, have a good one.